It goes without saying, but if you're a woman in the rap space, regardless if you're making music consistently or staying relevant through features or brand deals, someone is guaranteed to be talking about you. And one artist that is a constant topic of conversation is Cardi B. Over time, one of her biggest critics has been Joe Budden, and it seems like he has finally struck a nerve for the last time. Let's get into it. But first, welcome to the channel. Hey, hi, Wazan with it, MC, and I do rap and pop culture commentary. So if you're into that, subscribe and hit the like button. If you've been following Cardi B and Joe Budden's back and forth for a while, you'll know that Joe is the type to say that he's anticipating a Cardi project, but also keep it real that she's simply not doing enough. Some might call it nice and nasty and say that he's really just a disgruntled fan, and others might feel like he's being way too hard on her. And we can call a spade a spade. Cardi doesn't care who it is, whether you're a fan or a foe or someone in the hip-hop media space, she's going to clap back. Her clapbacks are rated E for everyone. I'm sure you've recently seen her going back and forth with folks all on the internet, so it's no surprise that when Joe popped up on his latest episode of the podcast talking about Cardi, she was not having it. To keep it brief, Joe said that Cardi B was considered a features artist or singles artist, and that we would never get another Cardi B album ever again. He also said there's a good chance that Offset is ready for Cardi to put a project out too, comparing their relationship to one where you want your partner to get up and get a job, get out the house, get active, but they just sit around at home all damn day. And as much as I want to pull the stay out of women's business card, rap music, especially female rap music, and the way it's on fire right now, is certainly the business of the Joe Budden podcast. They're frequently talking about records they enjoy from the girlies, they give honest critiques on artists, but when it comes to Cardi B, I think that the commentary hits a little different. And here's why. For starters, Cardi B is at a very vulnerable point in her career right now. 2024 marks 6 years since her debut album, Invasion of Privacy. That's damn near 10 years in female rap. There are so many artists that have come and gone, fell off, got relevant again. Artists that have blown up in 1 or 2 years and are still trying to keep their momentum or trying to hurry up and drop a project before their career gets cold. And yet we still have had nothing but singles and features from Cardi for the past 6 years. So calling her this kind of artist probably feels insulting to her because it's true. And if you know anything about hard truths, when someone tells you some real ish about yourself that you're insecure about, it's sure to strike a nerve. And bringing Offset into it is just the cherry on top. Especially with these days, everyone bringing up the side chicks, pregnancies, and breakups and makeups in their relationship. Now, I have a few theories on what I personally think is going on in the mind of Joe Budden. And it begins with the fact that Joe is possibly just like us. He enjoys a few songs and features from Cardi, and he might even be a fan for real. And in being a fan of hers while also being a commentator, he fully understands that she is not living up to her full potential. It's like wanting more for someone, but they can't seem to want it for themselves. Cardi B seems like she would rather do anything but drop her sophomore album. She's shook. And I know in my previous videos, y'all have said that I am way too easy on Cardi and that I make excuses for the lack of music. And you kind of ate with that one. Bon appetit. Just know that I recognize that no matter how many of us want music from her, whether you're a genuine fan or someone who just wants to see if she will flop or not, this lady is not ready to drop music right now, at least not a full-length project. And I'm going to say this, I don't think she should drop an album this summer. Now, I do disagree with her thought process that summer albums don't do well. I think that her saying that was such a cop-out, and it was kind of shady too, because we have a lot of female artists dropping projects this summer, and everybody ain't finna flop. But maybe Joe shares the same idea that we do. We want to hear what she has, It's just giving that she doesn't want to share it. Now, my next theory is that Joe, being so tapped in like he is in the industry, is fully aware that her label is overly ready for her to drop this project, and he's being petty. I know y'all remember when Atlantic tweeted a couple of months ago that they were willing to steal the Cardi B album after she was fussing with fans, saying there would be no album this year, that she was about to be out here relaxing. And this was back in May. We are about to be in August in a few weeks, baby. And now she's claiming that she is still dropping this year. After doing press at the start of the year and dropping these singles, although I'm starting to think that those 2 singles were throwaways, she was just kind of trying to test the temperature of her audience. Because I can't help but to think, if you're out here about to drop an album and it's been all these years, is this a mix of new and old songs? Will it include a sound that feels older and dated? Because we need some classics, some songs that will stick beyond summer, a few anthems that will do more than go viral on TikTok. And I think that the pressure of Cardi crafting the perfect sophomore project is real. So maybe Joe knows something that we don't, or he has no insight, which he mentioned in his latest pod, and he's just assuming that she ain't dropping. And as a result of that, she's like, man, look, you out here hating. Calm it down. Either way, her clapback was enough for him to admit that he ain't trying to talk about her no more. Say you swear, Joe. It's just all too much, because after a while, when it comes to conversations from fans, haters, the media, Cardi B takes so much time and effort fussing and trying to prove a point with everyone that after a while, it's starting to feel like she enjoys the attention of not having music out way more than the attention of actually dropping a project. I mean, she's out here on a song with Ralph 49, and listen, I occasionally listen to a little Ralph 49 music. It's different when an artist is from your hometown because you see them grow as an artist and all that. But she's dropping a song with him just like everyone else who is participating in this whole generic trap music feature era, right? Sexy Red and Ralph 49, Skilla Baby and Ralph 49, Boss Man D-Lo. Actually, I fuck with Boss Man D-Lo though. But overall, this feature does way more for Rob than it does for Cardi. Nothing's wrong with that, but come on, Cardi. At some point, we gotta be realistic about what we want next in our career. I really feel like that is the theme for all of the girlies this year. From R&B to rap music, if we want to do features and singles forever, that's cool. Let's stand in our truth and have some of the best damn features and singles ever. But if we want to be taken seriously, continue being solidified as a top woman rap artist in the game in, let's say, 5 years, then we need to focus on having another body of work that we can look back on like, wow, this was influential, legendary, it changed the game. I'm aware that some people do not look at Cardi B as a real rapper or a female MC because she has some raps that were written for her. But regardless, she has managed to stay relevant over time, regardless of the reason. The problem is, relevancy is no longer enough these days. There are far too many artists popping up, blowing up, going on tour, and dropping projects just to sit around and be relevant. You see, Silly Rabbit, to be the queen of rap, you gotta sell records, you gotta get plaques. I had to throw that in just because, to be funny, I'm always talking in lyrics. Do you do that too? Anyways, what do you think? Is Joe Budden doing way too much when it comes to talking about Cardi, or is there some truth in what he's saying? Do you really believe that we will never get another Cardi album? I'm kind of at the point where it's like, if you like it, I love it, okay? If you drop it, I'll listen. If not, it's whatever. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.